from 6 minutes to 1.5 minutes to Derby. My name is Malibu Zombie.
And I'm Huckleberry Jin.
And we're here today announcing your Concussion versus Denver game.
So, in the white today, we are going to have Denver ground control, and that's going to be 0-4, stand aside, 1-0, Optimus Grime, 1-1-0, Mr. Testosterone, 1-3-8, Peter Pants, 2-0, Thrasher, 2-4, Bourbon, 4-2, Sweet Feet, 5-2-3, Antagony, 7-7, Cotton, 8-1, Reaper, 9-1-1, Scream, 9-1-9, Bridget, 9904 Bones, and 999 Slim Skatey.
Awesome. And skating in the green for Concussion roller derby is 007 Rubik's Dude, 010 Dixie Numerous, 12 Tommy Gun. I don't know where my mouth is today. 13 Photo Bomb, 1337 The Riot, 142 Psycho, 16 Juke, 160 Guy Sir, 17 Frank Blood, 205 El Dorado, 210 Tenacity, 23 Showtime, 24 Beans, 357 Demolition Man, 401 Tarantula, 488 Felony, 60 Loose Wheel, 69 I Am Become Death, Beth, 85 Sebastian Slam, and 88 Tricksta.
And for our officials for this game, we're going to have Cinnamon, T-Bone, Phoenix, MD, Satanic Panic, Biscuits, Anus, Muffin, Stonewall Riot, The Ginger Ninja, Doesn't Matter, Damon Mistress, Breadpool, Thomas the Dank Engine, Cat Sergeant, Goldie Knox, Guinness, and Bacon the Question.
Thank you so much to all of our officials and volunteers here today bringing us this game. It's what, 4 o'clock now, Texas time?
4 o'clock Texas time in the Texas heat as well. It is heating up in this venue both on and off the track.
I'm sweating.
Oh.
I couldn't imagine how our skaters are feeling out there.
It is cooler than yesterday, for sure. A little bit more fan breeze, air's moving around. But for those of you at home, make sure you send your friends who are here a couple extra bucks, buy them a beverage. It doesn't have to be water, but water's probably the smart choice.
There's this thing called ranch water up here.
It is very hydrating, I've heard.
On the track here for Concussion is a 16 Juke.
And it's going to be Sweet Feet wearing the star for Denver. Both jammers off, quickly absorbed in these tripods as we're seeing a little bit of movement from the Concussion jammer out with Lee. Not Lee. So it's going to be a no pass earned there for Juke.
Yes, both skaters no pass earned, so they are 2-minute jam.
I don't think I've actually ever seen a 2-minute jam where someone hasn't gotten a penalty or taken off a star. So in this, we had both jammers make their way through the pack, stars intact, but because there was a no pass earned on at least one skater, so meaning they didn't legally pass one skater as they went through that skater, they could have been down or gone out of bounds, and they went out of bounds, etc. Going to be a no lead 2-minute jam.
2-minute jam means the first jam, nobody's going to be able to call it off. And it looks like Juke was able to keep one arm in and didn't have to be recycled there by a Scream, I believe, or Slim Skatey.
But then came Cotton.
Yes, Cotton made sure they were able to get through.
We are going to see a track cut here assessed to Sweet Feet from Denver, giving a power jam for Concussion.
Yes, first power jam, first penalty of
first jam, first no lead jam, all with the firsts.
First of the first. This is the first.
Pack speeding up here as Juke's coming around, looking for some space. Denver trying to preserve their points and burn that time off the clock.
Yes, and a great offense there from 8-8 is going to be Tricksta playing some great offense there for Juke from Concussion.
Cotton able to kind of bump Juke out of bounds again there, and the rest of the wall going back to recycle. Yes. So Juke's back in the tripod as Sweet Feet returns to the track.
Demolition Man trying to do some demolition there, making out the Bridget being that tripod brace. Juke pushing through the middle and in the inside is out with 4 more points.
Able to squeeze on. There's a beautiful, just quick tiptoe on that inside line in the apex.
Less than 1 second left. That is your jam, a natural conclusion.
You know what? You just want to get it all out of the way in the first jam. So now everything's going to just be beautiful and
first penalties out of the way. First
power jams out of the way.
Power jams out of the way. It's done.
Great. All right. So on the line this time, that looks like 999 Slim Skatey for Denver ground control and number 85, which is Sebastian Slam for Concussion.
Yes, and a clear box, so nobody's committed any more crimes. Always good. And They are off, and a great offense there at the front from Concussion.
Beautiful spin around there by Sebastian Slam, able to get lead before getting knocked out of bounds by Thrasher, but able to whip hips around Reaper there at the top of the pivot line.
Yes, and was able to call that off before that Denver skater was able to come around. So no points on the board. So 0-0, first 0-0 jam. Out of the way.
Just getting it all done early. On the line this time wearing the star for Denver Ground Control, it's going to be Bones facing off against the Riot for Concussion Roller Derby.
Concussion right now with the lead 12-4 on the board.
Bit of a stumble there into the start, pushing both jammers into the fray. And this conglomerate, a nice whip there by Bones, able to get out and pick up lead jammer for Denver.
Love these tournaments, really showing off these, new jerseys and such, and seeing how stretchy they can be. Oh, wow. Slide right into Photobomb.
Picking up 3 points in the process. So we're going to see 3 points go up for Denver, bringing our score 12-7, Concussion.
Looks like a 1-6-0 Geiser for Concussion, donning the star of Peter Pants for Denver.
I believe these are both aged up juniors.
Little dance off.
All the good cartilage is on the track at the moment.
Their knees haven't found out what taxes mean yet. Awesome. Just that great offense there from the Concussion pivot, allowing Geiser to pick up that lead jammer status.
Peter Pan still working through the pack here. I am seeing a forearm being called, and it looks like it's going to a concussion blocker, actually.
Yes, it does look like it, and it looks like there was a star pass. Nope. Looks like the star was stashed, and
there
then
was a star pass. So Mr. Testosterone is now the jammer of record. He just waited until he had it in his hand to remove his pivot cover and have the star. That way you don't, because you see the pivot covers on the track over there.
Gotcha. But he's now in the box, so it's fine.
Probably not the outcome that Denver wanted, but exactly the outcome Geiser wanted.
Yes, Geiser taking advantage of this power jam. 4 points on the board. Great holding back here, trying to keep the pack to the back. Oh, and a nice spin around, stand aside, I believe, from Geiser.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
There. Mr. Testosterone able to shake off a hit as he comes in. Geiser picking up a track cut. So as Geiser jumped that apex, his back foot crossed over that line. So we're going to see him report to the box. Now Mr. Testosterone with 30 seconds to put points on the board uncontested. And there's only now 30 seconds left in this jam.
Yes, 30 seconds left in the jam. Pivot cap's still on that corner, though, so always good to see. Oh, great work there with a no pass earned there.
Yeah, Tommy Gunn definitely was almost all the way to the back. However, the offense from Denver was able to knock Tommy Gunn out of bounds, allowing Mr. T to continue.
Yeah, a great defense there with that single blocker. That looked like it was 2-4 Beans. Beans doing some great work. Wow, Concussion 20 on that score and 8 for Denver.
So Concussion really spreading out that score. It started off pretty close. I mean, it still was very close, and obviously it's very early in the game. But getting a power jam like that and being able to really utilize it is absolutely key, even in early games, to just keep spreading out that lead as much as you can.
Yeah, that's usually how I want to win. As far as many points
as possible.
Yes.
Sweet Feet wearing the star for Denver. However, it is going to be Rubik's Dude out with lead jammer for Concussion.
Yes, and it looks like a Concussion skater is going to be going to the box as Sweet Feet does a nice apex jump there.
Rubik's Dude picking up speed, skating through the pack unscathed there. Deciding to go ahead and call off that jam before Sweet Feet can pick up any points.
Yeah, looking at that bench and making sure, like, maybe I'll call it now. Not a slim skatey on the track with the star for Denver. And it looks like we're going to see Juke again with the star as well for Concussion. 1 blocker difference on the track there, so Denver will have that pack advantage. Oh, nice slow start. Little roll back here. Showtime trying to take out that top of the tripod. Juke making their way around Thrasher. One more skater to beat again, though, but they are a lead. And looks like Denver's Jammer still trying to fight that first corner and is through on the out.
There's a nice little hop there with inbounds. It wasn't necessarily an apex jump, but a little hop around the blocker as we see Juke put 4 points on the board and call that jam to a close.
I believe some Skady is one of our H-step juniors as well, so those are where those knees come from. And a clear box. Awesome, awesome. 21 minutes or so left in this first half.
We're going to see Sebastian Slam wearing the star for Concussion going into jam number 7 up against Bones for Denver. Little shuffle here at the start as the walls get settled. Both jammers pushing in here, trying to find some space, utilizing offense while trying to avoid their defense.
Yes, always beneficial. Oh, we do have a skater from Denver in the box, and we have the Sebastian Slam as your lead jammer.
Bones still working his way through the pack here at the top with 2 to beat, rolling off, able to complete his initial pass here as Bones is back in the pack, picking up some points. Not Bones, excuse me, Sebastian Slam.
Yeah, he was trying to find the name.
That's the wrong color jersey.
They just got out. How did they get back in so fast? That is a lot faster.
These jammers are pretty fast. I think I blinked and Sebastian Slam was back around the track in the pack.
Exactly. So pack advantage this time around for the Concussion skaters. 1-3-3-7 the Riot and 1-3-8 that's Peter Pants.
All right, both jammers are off, and we're going to see the Riot out front pushing and picking up lead jammer. So the Concussion's been pretty successful here, not just maintaining lead jammer status, but also really holding Denver scoreless as we see a star pass completed here to Thrasher. Now the jammer of record for Denver, just as the Riot gets through, putting quick 4 points on the board as Thrasher is recycled back into turn 2 here. Really working hard against the blocking contingent from Concussion.
Oh, and what a great jump on the outside around Reaper there.
We will lose a Concussion blocker to the box here for a forearm call. Thrasher still working her way out of this Concussion defense. It's being really successful kind of recycling around her and being able to hold her. But maybe she'll get some help. Who knows?
Maybe. She looks like she was getting some help there, but I know a lot of times with these skaters, sometimes just taking away their space and room to run is just the best defense against them.
Absolutely.
And I think that's what Concussion's trying to do. Looks like Mr. T's trying to shove her through. Ooh.
Hey, sometimes you got to do it. Okay, we're going to see some falling here. We're going to see some more penalties called. It looks like I'm seeing a misconduct tabletop call. So that occurs.
Yes.
It's a misconduct call, but it's when you use a downed skater to block another skater to the ground, and we call that misconduct tabletop because you've used them as a tabletop to flip somebody over.
You can't do that. Es desalado.
It's also very rarely intentional, but you can't always, you are responsible for your surroundings.
So unfortunately, you are responsible for your body parts and how you use them on the track. So even if you didn't mean to, you did it.
We have Guy Sir facing off against Sweet Feet here at the start of jam number 9.
And Guy Sir is out of lead.
And I'm pretty sure we haven't seen a lead go to Denver in the last 5 jams. We definitely have not seen any points on the board in the last 5 jams as Guy Sir comes into this pack. Sweet Feet still trying to work through these concussion blockers. As I say that, Sweet Feet is out completing his initial pass.
Yes, and while they are both teams are down a blocker in the box, like you said, it does look, though, that like Geiser, as he was coming around the track, putting his phone hand up to his ear to say, call me. You call me.
I've never thought about using that as a call-off signal.
Call me.
That's like perfect. Do you want me to call it? No, we're all just like hitting our hands frantically.
He's like, I'll call it.
It feels like such a Gen Alpha, Gen Z.
Oh my God. I'm a millennial and I thought I was young. I was one time young.
Once upon a time.
Looks like 007 Rubik's Dude for Concussion. And is it Slim Skady as the Denver?
Correct.
Yes.
Slim Skady, and it's going to be Rubik's Dude out with lead. Concussion really putting distance here on the board and on the track literally here for Denver.
Well, seeing how Denver has played this past 2 days so far, I definitely think the best opportunity to really hold your own is getting that big difference in points. There, nice push through.
Simskady out completing an initial pass here as we see Rubik's Dude pick up his 3 points and go ahead and call that off, making a 7-0 jam for Concussion.
Seeing some great offense here from these players, and it looks like a clear box. Always good. No crimes.
No crimes, and overall pretty a low crime game, if you will. We have some penalties, and we've seen a couple people in, but we're looking at 5 on one side. Actually, both teams have 5, so pretty low penalty game as we go into jam number 11 with number 16, that's Juke, facing off against Bones for Denver. Bones pushing this pack out, able to pick up lead jammer, the first lead jammer for Denver in about 6-ish, 7-ish jams. I said the thing.
I think so.
Out able with lead as we see Juke recycled, and we're going to see points go up on the board here for Denver ground control. Juke still working through this pack. Bones back in, pushing up with 1 to be at the top, completing a second scoring pass here for Denver ground control.
Yes, the past 5 jams, Concussion has been lead jammer status at least. So Juke is now back out and is going to come, or not back out for their initial.
So Bones went ahead and called off that jam, and excellent decision as we see that there are 2 blockers from Concussion in the box. So Denver is going to have a power start going into this next jam after picking up 12 points. So let's see if they can build on that momentum that they kind of built in that jam, or if Concussion's going to say, no, we're going to maintain our control here.
We'll be able to see what both teams do, whereas Concussion can still control a pack possibly with even just 2 blockers, or Denver's going to really show how much points they can get on the board.
Absolutely. So we have Sebastian Slam facing off against Peter Pants. Both jammers working their way quickly towards the top.
Peter Pants doing a quick shimmy at the front there against Tommy Gun, getting lead. Gonna shimmy again around Tommy Gun. That is a definite 2 battle here.
There we go, but that battle ends at that 20-foot marker, so Peter Pants completing his initial pass as
Lead.
Sebastian Slam with lead, as Sebastian Slam gets out as well.
And knocked out, but is gonna give it a call off instead of being recycled. 4 points on the board for Denver. On that pass, it was 4. Yes. 31-65. It's a little baby 6-7.
A little bit halfway through this first half here as we move into jam number 13. We're going to have the Riot facing off against Sweet Feet from Denver. 2 very different styles of jammers here we have. Oh, never mind, just kidding.
Oh, official timeout real quick. It definitely made both those jammers jump. I was ready to jump with them.
We were there, we were with you.
Oh, looks like there's a possible injury with the skater, so we just want to make sure that they're okay. Everybody's okay.
They see
probably like a little cut.
I think it's blood on the track.
Blood on the track's never good. Blood, sweat, and tears, but no thank you.
Yeah. No, see, it's thread, sweat, and tears.
Yes.
Owned and derby operated by Miss Murdermaid. Little Miss Murdermaid. I'm mixing up 2 murders. But Berta, this wonderful human behind me, if you haven't checked out her jerseys, they are in the back from Thread, Sweat, and Tears. They are wonderful. They are high quality.
Showing it off. Doing it.
Take a look. She also is the sponsor for our Western Hemisphere Cup jerseys. Make sure you enter the raffle for one. Make sure you order one. Get them in. I was just over there trying them on for Villain Era. And we are definitely putting it in order.
Oh my gosh, the Contender Cup raffle, like both jerseys are great, but that pink jersey is beautiful.
So a good reminder to go get your raffle tickets. Make sure you visit the DDD merch booth and pick up your raffle tickets. The drawing will be on Sunday. As a reminder, the ticket must be here to win. So if you're watching at home and you want to know what's in those raffle baskets, text your friends, tell them to go show you and buy you a ticket. It's, I believe, 1 ticket for $5 or 5 for 20. So make sure you get those raffle tickets in. Make sure someone is in here on the building. Please be in the building.
You have to be here in the building. Can you be on the building?
I mean, I don't know if you'll hear the winner, but the ticket's got to be in the building. You could be on the building. And Yeah, enter to win.
Let's do it.
Money from that raffle goes to support the Dallas Derby Devils, which is a skater-owned and operated 501c3 nonprofit. Our mission is to empower ourselves by working together on and off the track, help keep our league rolling, and stop by the DDD merch booth in the main foyer for a chance to win a tournament jersey or a tablet. I forgot to mention the tablets are there too. And I was right, tickets are 1 for $5 or 5 for $20, and the winners will be announced during the halftime game on Sunday at 2 p.m. Again, the ticket must be present to claim your prize. Make sure you get your tickets. There we go, we got that rolling whistle, so I can talk more about Derby and less about the things you need to be buying, but you should still be buying things.
Buy all the things, please.
Absolutely. So again, we're gonna see on the line the Riot for Concussion and Sweet Feet wearing the star for Denver. Both jammers off, Sweet Feet being held up on Tarantula, and I can't quite see that other skater, but it's a deadly duo as we see the Riot push out towards the front, shaking off a hit from Bridget, picking up lead jammer.
And I do believe that was Bridget and Scream, and they are related, so it is a family affair out there. Yes, yes. And once again, the Riot is just pushing through the front there.
Sweet Feet trapped on this blocking contingent of Tarantula, and that looks like Tenacity, and I'm so sorry, I still can't see that other
Is it the pivot that we're looking for?
No, pivot is
Tenacity. Tarantula.
And then it's the skater on the inside line.
Oh,
They're
just doing so good.
I know, they're doing so great.
And
so
and there's
low
Sweet
like
Feet.
they should be. I can't see their number as Sweet Feet is able to finally shake off that tripod, getting out, completing his initial pass. See a big hit there by Demolition Man at the end, trying to get the Riot a couple more points, but the Riot already had all his points.
And it was Tricksta as the wonderful low skater, really working hard.
At one point, she had Sweet Feet folded.
Yes. And great for Sweet Feet not doing any impact or anything, causing any blocking issues there.
All right, on the line it is Guy Sir facing off against, I believe that's Aunt Agony for ground control. It is Aunt Agony. So both jammers are off. Guy Sir picking up speed and quickly grabbing lead jammer here for Concussion. Aunt Agony being recycled back into that Concussion tripod, looking for some space as Guy Sir sneaks through on the inside past his own wall. And a little hop there puts 4 points on the board.
And it looks like there was a possible star pass, but possibly as well an issue with a...
I believe it's an equipment issue. I saw a piece of metal or plastic come off onto the track, and as the skater crawled over, I believe the skater is fine. It's just an equipment malfunction as Guy Sir comes through. Quick
passes Thrasher. Yeah. Right around there. Just want to make sure that everybody's all right. Make sure your gear's in the right spot. Do appreciate all of our folks on the track making sure we're safe and playing fair. Always
Absolutely.
fair.
Huge shout out to the Sideline Orthopedics here with us all weekend on both sides of both Western Hemisphere Cup and the Contenders Cup, making sure our skaters stay safe throughout gameplay. The hits are hard, but the recovery doesn't have to be with Sideline Orthopedics. On the line, we have Bones wearing the star for Denver Ground Control, facing off against Rubik's Dude.
Rubik's Dude is your lead jammer of passing that last skater from Denver to beat.
Oh. Still caught up here against, that is Tenacity. They're doing a great job holding Bones back and recycling as needed as Rubik's Dude pushes out this pack in the front.
Got Tenacity, Tarantula, and Tricksta. Another 3 while causing some damage to that Denver jammer.
We will see a star pass completed here. Now Scream, the jammer of record for Denver, as another giant jump from Rubik's Dude, picking up his 4 points and calling that jam to a close. So it's going to be 8 points on the board there for Concussion, bringing our score 88 Concussion, 31 Denver. With just a little bit over 10 minutes left in this first half, we're going into jam number 16, and we're going to have Sweet Feet on the line for Denver, facing off against number 1-6. That is
Juke.
I keep mixing up Juke and Riot, and I was like, I know you're not Riot.
Yes.
But I keep wanting to say you're Riot.
I am like the Juke.
Right off the bat, we're losing a blocker from Concussion to the box. That's number 142, Psycho. Both jammers still caught up in the pack here. We're seeing a run back on the Concussion jammer from Mr. Testosterone. but also Sweet Feet being bridged back by Tommy Gun.
Yes, and a showtime it looks like, but there was an out of place, so it won't be an issue there.
Excellent awareness on Sweet Feet's part to hear that out of play, knowing that he can come back in. However, he's going to get a cut in a different spot.
Yes,
and
cut on Tommy Gun.
Giving a power jam here for Juke. We are, I think, a little over a minute into this joke, almost a minute into this jam, and we still have no lead. I
said it.
Juke, the lead jammer for this jam. All right, Juke coming back around, looking to pick up some points here.
Yes, Tommy Gunn trying to play some great offense there, holding back a couple of the Denver skaters. Oh, almost had it there, was 1-4-2. Psycho, one hand down, but slid just out there on the outsides.
Juke coming back in, trying to put points on the board for a second scoring pass here. Just as Sweet Feet re-enters the track. I believe Sweet Feet still has an initial pass to complete.
Yes, I believe they also went to the box right before they were able to get out of this pack, so it is still a bunch of jamming time for Juke to have. Well, 30 seconds left of scoring time.
Absolutely. Big hit out there by Tommy Gunn as Sweet Feet was trying to pass. Excellent awareness and excellent line work there to make sure Sweet Feet gets out of bounds and run back. However, I think the momentum might have worked for Sweet Feet's advantage as he is now out.
Yeah, great jump there, was able to land, fell down, but got right back up before anybody was able to do anything. Juke hitting Mr. Testosterone and calling it right off. A great work here from the Concussion skaters to have 102 points on the board for Concussion 31. Dude appears to be a century mark.
Yep, crossed over that century mark here. We have about a 72-point game in favor of Concussion with 8 minutes left in the first half. Oh, we are going to see a official timeout called. I thought it was going to be a team time. Oh, it is a team timeout. It just took a moment there. This team timeout is brought to you by Jamie K Creative. Looking for graphic design services? Jamie K Creative is passionate about helping humans like you bring the creative side of your business to life. From logos, branding to digital and web design, and even print and packaging, Jamie K Creative is ready to turn your idea into something tangible. To see our work or request a free consultation, visit jamiekcreative.com. That's JAMIEKAY creative.com. Also, if you're a big fan of Lady Tally, spoiler alert, she's Jamie K. So support Lady Tally's business.
Lady Tally.
Also, a big shout out to all of our skaters, officials, fans, volunteers, and everyone else who traveled here to be with us this weekend. The 2026 MRDA Western Hemisphere Cup wouldn't be happening without you. So thank you again. We love having you here. All right, that rolling whistle does mean that the team timeout has come to a close, and we're getting ready for this next jam. It looks like we are going to have number 8-5 on the track, Sebastian Slam, facing off against Slim Skady for Denver Ground Control.
Yes, and right here we've got Concussion. That is going to be Sebastian Slam as your lead jammer.
Huge hit there on Slim Skady from Tarantula.
Yes, and on the inside jump around, was able to get past that Concussion skater legally. Always important to do it legally.
Absolutely. The Concussion jammer deciding to go ahead and call off that jam before Slim Skady could get around. Yes, Slim Skady could get around and pick up any points for Denver.
I told you, Scream and Slim Skady. I'm going to get them confused. See, you get Riot and Jew, and I'll get Slim and Skady.
This time it is actually the Riot on the track here for Concussion, facing off against Peter Pants for Denver Ground Control. Clear box, so all skaters on the track. No pack advantage for anyone here as these jammers take off. I'm sure they wish there was a pack advantage somewhere.
I always want a pack advantage.
Exactly.
The Riot's lead. Yeah, it's coming around, but it does look like there's going to be an attempt of a hat pass, and I think
it was completed. Reaper now the jammer of record for Denver Ground Control. Reaper being recycled back by the Concussion contingent and recycled back again by number 142. Psycho.
Oh, and a great outside line work there from the Riot. Almost taken out by the Bridget, but not able to get there.
Big hit from Tommy Gun there on Reaper, just as Reaper was almost out, recycling Reaper all the way back to that jam line.
Tarantula with the great offense in the front there, able to move. Oh, sorry, not Tarantula. It's 2-4, which is Beans. Beans had some great offense there.
Another big hit there by Beans, but Reaper is able to shake off that hit, completing an initial pass. I heard some whistles. It is Riot heading to the box here for a track cut. Reaper now on a power jam.
Yes, the Riot was trying to hold the line barely.
Who did we lose? All right. So jammer switcheroo here as Reaper reports to the box and the Riot returns to the track. Reaper having to sit exactly as long as the Riot did, so not very long. Short power jam here for the Concussion to try to work with.
And it looks like Denver's going to try and kind of skate forward a little bit faster out of this corner. Don't ever really want to be caught in a corner. So Riot 4 points there, about less than 20 seconds left in this jam.
Huge hit by Psycho there, recycling Reaper back there. Reaper losing his footing a little bit for a second, able to get up and recover.
Oh, great offensive hit there from Thrasher. Meter Pants, though, said, I'm going to hit you out.
Great work for a jammer turned blocker moment there to be able to kind of stop that pass and preserve a point. It looks like the Riot was only able to pick up 3 points in that pass instead of all 4. However, that still was a 15-point jam for Concussion Roller Derby. 3 points picked up by Denver, bringing our score 119-34 Concussion.
And under 5 minutes left in this first half. This game is Jam 18.
Geiser wearing the star for Concussion, facing off against Sweet Feet for Denver. Both jammers really kind of absorbed here for a moment. We're seeing runbacks on both jammers.
Yes, Denver getting the drawback back to that fourth corner there. Holding is, looks like it's Cotton, Scream, and Bridget is really holding tight, but it looks like we're gonna have a no pack.
Sweet Feet pushing out that pack into the apex here, giving himself more room to work with as we see some offense coming in from Optimus Grime. Sweet Feet able to get out, picking up the lead jammer.
That was a hard-earned lead jammer status there, and it does look like Geiser has gotten a cut track.
You know, you put in the work and then you get rewarded with a power jam. You gotta take it where you can. So,
and it does look like a forearm is going to be assessed.
Oh no, it wasn't Sweet Feet. Okay.
No, forearm assessed to the pivot from Concussion.
The Optimus Grime with with that forearm. Sweet Feet going ahead and deciding to call off that jam, icing Geiser in the box here as well as the pivot. So it's Tenacity in the box with Geiser. However, Denver's own pivot is also in the box.
Yes, a little bit of a pack advantage for Denver, but it looks like Geiser has about 10 seconds left, so that's why he's standing in the box, because with 10 seconds, you're allowed to stand up. Still have to stay in the box, though. Slim Skady on the jam line, and right through the inside, lead jammer status.
Great offensive work there by Mr. Testosterone, opening up that line for Slim Skady to be able to quickly get out and get lead jammer. Coming in for a scoring pass just as Geiser re-enters the track. So Slim Skady no longer uncontested. Geiser trying to use force to kind of blow through that tripod, but getting caught up on Thrasher and I believe that was Cotton.
It does look like a penalty was being assessed, but a no pass, no earned on that one. And then a call up, but just as Geiser was also coming through, so points for both teams.
Looks like there was a little bit of discussion after that jam just to make sure everyone saw what they did, make sure that that cut was actually in need of being rescinded, which it was before anyone went to the box. So no harm, no foul.
No harm, no foul. Head ref has head reffing.
Absolutely. We have Rubik's Dude wearing the star for Concussion, facing off against Bones for Denver. No one in the box, so everybody on the track to have all the fun. So much time for activities, but it's going to be Rubik's Dude out first with lead jammer for Concussion.
Well, and depending on how this jam goes, this could be our last one of the half because we have less than a minute and a half for this half. And it looks like this 4-pack in the back really holding a Rubik's Cube where he has to really jump around here. Make a great diamond formed here by the Denver blockers, allowing for this recycling and a forced call off there. So we will get at least one more jam in.
It's a great recovery by Denver there because Rubik's got out really quick with a lot of force and speed, but they were able to kind of catch it on the back end, giving time for their own jammer to work. And even though Bones wasn't able to pick up any points, they definitely stopped any bleeding of points there. Concussion only able to put 3 points up on that board, and it could have been a very detrimental, like furtherly detrimental jam there. Rubik's Cube, traditionally a high-scoring jammer.
Yes, I think so too. I think it was smart to let their jammer kind of fight through. Now we have Jukes on the line for Concussion, and a nice side hit there from able to get lead jammer, and it's Aunt Agony who is the one with the star in their hand for Denver. And now on their head.
Juke working around Mr. Testosterone here, picking up points and deciding, looks like we're going to call it here before Aunt Agony can pick up any points.
Sometimes you got to look at your bench and it's like, am I calling it? Are you calling it? Who's calling this? Sebastian Slam. And Sweet Feet.
However, we are going to go to intermission here. So heck of a first half, Concussion dominating on the track, but Denver ground control making adjustments as needed. We're going to be back here in about 10-ish minutes. Make sure if you were watching at home that you stretch, get a drink, run to the restroom. If you're here in the venue, stretch, get a drink, go visit our merch and vendor villages. Go check out all the good things, and we'll see you back here shortly.
I'm Malibu Zombie. I'll see you soon.
Is your business's branding holding you back? Whether you need an updated logo, a user-friendly website, or standout print materials, Jamie K Creative can help you bring your brand to life. For projects, pricing, and more, visit jamiekcreative.com. Is your business's branding holding you back? Whether you need an updated logo, a user-friendly website, or standout print materials, Jamie K Creative can help you bring your brand to life. For projects, pricing, and more, visit jamiekcreative.com.
Welcome back, roller derby fans. We are coming into the second half of this MRDA Western Hemisphere Cup game, Concussion Roller Derby against Denver Ground Control. Concussion's in the green if you're just joining us, Denver in the white. Incredible first half. Concussion really being able to kind of get out, get lead, put points on the board really quickly and making some smart call-offs here as we have Concussion at 128, Denver Ground Control at 45. But as we come into this half, we are going to see a pack advantage for Denver Ground Control as we have two skaters from Concussion in the box as we go in here in about 2.5 minutes.
Yes, and it does look like that one of the Concussion skaters is going to be in there for almost a full 30 seconds, 26 seconds technically, but the other one will be out pretty shortly after the whistle. So still a pack advantage, but we'll see that. And I don't know if I said so, but I'm Malibu Zombie. I'm here with you for the second half.
Could have told you guys who I was. I'm Huckleberry Jid.
If you're just joining us for the second half.
Even if you're not and you forgot who we were and wanted to know which dulcet tones were speaking to you.
I almost forgot your name, so I'm glad you reintroduced yourself.
See, that's why we do it.
We do have a bunch of people on skates and not on skates, and I love it.
Absolutely. So looking back at that first half, we...
Riot's baby.
Oh, yes.
The basket out there.
So if you're not here, I'm not sure if the cameras were still rolling, but we had a a Concussion fan, if you will, tell us what they thought about this game. They stormed the track, went to the middle, and threw the officials' basket. Spoiler alert, it was a very small, very tiny baby. I was told it was the riot's child.
This makes sense. Starting a riot,
you know,
early on. Got to start that right.
Exactly. Of
Fight
course,
the
of
power.
course, it's the riot's child starting a riot, saying, "No, we're gonna do roller derby my way. I'm gonna show the officials what's what." So I hope everybody went and was hydrated during the half or grabbed a drink. If you are at home, make sure you hustle back because it's about time. But just in case you didn't get enough hydration, make sure you go see the IV Society. Skaters, officials, and derby fans, if you're feeling drained, recharge at the IV Society, brought to you by Nurse Lori. Swing by our booth for fast hydration, IV therapy for eligible adults, and a quick health screening, and get yourself back to feeling your best and to keep on rolling. It's a great way to help recover between those games, especially in this wonderfully toasty arena that we are in here at the NYTEX Sports Center in North Richland Hills, Texas.
It's hot.
That probably summed it up a little bit better. So looking at the last half, we didn't really have a lot of penalty trouble anywhere. We have 13 penalties for Concussion Roller Derby, 8 for Denver Ground Control. Nobody in trouble, nobody with more than 2, and the vast majority with no penalties at all. So for the first jam in the half, we are going to have Sweet Feet wearing the star for Denver Ground Control and Sebastian Slam for Concussion.
Sebastian Slam stuck behind the Reaper and Thrasher, and Sweet Feet out with a lead jammer.
Sweet Feet coming around fast, trying to get some points on the board here as Sebastian Slam is caught up on, I believe that is Cotton and Thrasher. Excuse me, that's Stand Aside and Thrasher and Reaper here at the back by the jam line.
Yes, these three have been holding Sebastian Slam back this whole jam so far. They've been doing a great tripod work in the back.
Not to take away from the defensive work of Concussion here, as Sweet Feet was only just now able to get out, finishing his first scoring pass, but we did lose a Concussion blocker to the box there.
Yes, and we did have a loose wheel. The pivot come up from the box was almost looking like I thought we were about to see a really sneaky star pass, but turned out it was actually going to be some really good offense.
You know,
both
almost
work.
one and the same. Perfectly
Yeah.
effective in both senses here, but Denver able to kind of re-control Sebastian
there.
Slam here. As Sweet Feet is working through this Concussion line, being run back here past that pivot line as we see Sebastian Slam out, completing an initial pass.
Yes, so Sweet Feet with one blocker left to pass. It looks like it's Tricksta.
Although Sweet Feet was held up there at the end, he was able to get all 4 of his points at some point during that little scrum we saw at the top there, passing all the blockers, but being recycled in and kind of held contained.
128 Concussion to 53 Ground Control. It's 28 minutes left or so in this second half.
That was just the first jam.
I know.
Going into jam number 2, that's going to be the Riot facing off against Slim Skatey. The Riot coming in hot and heavy, running straight into Optimus Grime there, trying to push through to get lead.
Pass a Bridget, and we're going to see a nice tiptoe on the outside. Lead
And
jammer.
a power jam with the Riot being lead jammer as we lose Slim Skatey to the box here for a track cut. Oh, a little bit of a tumble. Those ghost blockers, they get you.
Yes, Beans down, but able to make it through. Pass a Bridget is the Riot. Another 4 points on this power jam.
Offense for Concussion trying to split up these blockers here. Just watching the Riot, I've always thought of the Riot as like a very physical, forceful jammer, but he's got a sneaky amount of footwork hidden in there. Seeing a lot of tiptoes, a lot of quick hops and spins just to get through on the line.
Reminds me a lot about Marion Hampton from the Chargers. Just like very powerful, strong person, just able to blast through though. So just
Absolutely.
great skating there. Oh,
Denver
nice
passing
out
the
there.
star to Optimus Grime. The Riot going to go ahead and call off that jam before Grime can get around.
Great knockout though. It was from Bourbon and Bridget. Looked like they were able to work that defense there, causing that force off too.
So it's 11 points on the board there for Concussion at the end of that jam, holding Denver scoreless. As we line up for this jam number 3, it's going to be Bones facing off against Guy Sir from Concussion. All skaters on the track as we begin, so full defensive and offensive measures.
Thrasher knocked down by Geyser, but is able to recover back with a Reaper and looks like stand aside as well. I know Mr. Testosterone is in that pack with them, playing some great defense.
Perfect choice, too, since it is a power jam situation. Bones going to the box for a multiplayer, trying to whip off one of his own skaters, and it looks like that was contested. So we see Geyser out uncontested right now with lead jammer for Concussion.
Great hit from Demolition Man there, trying to, but a spin around, and Mr. Testosterone able to stay in bounds.
Geyser getting caught up there on Thrasher as they came around the corner here. One left to beat, able to dance around Reaper there, putting 4 points on the board just as Bones re-enters the track, completing his initial pass.
So you might have seen Geyser's face there with a little like, oh, I made it through. And a quick pack moving now.
Beautiful hops.
Call off, yes. 2 points. Little bunny ears.
Yeah, bunnies.
$145 to 53. That was a 6-point jam there for Geyser. Have 007 Rubik's Dude and 138 Peter Pants. Nobody in the box. There we go. Off they are. And off to the outside is Rubik's Dude, lead jammer. Showtime and Beans really making Peter Pants work. And a high, almost over the top star pass. A very tall skater advantage there.
Star pass has been completed. Optimus Grime, now the jammer of record for Denver Ground Control. Concussion working on containing Grime here at the top of turn 3.
Oh, Tommy Gun trying to use loose wheel to stay in bounds. Beans and Showtime being the last blockers to beat. Offense coming to help for Concussion. And a call off there. Great work from both teams.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say Concussion really holding Denver scoreless these past couple of games.
Absolutely. And Concussion has seemed to really have a grasp on how to contain and hold these jammers. We are seeing more and more where we're seeing less points go up on the board for Denver than Concussion. But that doesn't mean that Denver can't adjust and come back and try something different.
Still have about 23 minutes left, so Denver can really pull something out of the hat here. But we do have Juke as your lead jammer for Concussion. They are the jammer for Concussion, but lead as well.
Sweet Feet still working through the Concussion blockers here going into turn 1. As we see Juke also being absorbed up here in the pack, trying to get some points, almost dancing around the apex, but kind of driving out at the last second, jumping back in as Sweet Feet is recycled by Tenacity.
What I have noticed really well from Concussion, and I think it's because it's a little frustrating for me, is that they're all the way on that other side. They're really keeping it to corner 1, which is great. Just no accident in front of face at corner 3.
Absolutely. It's exactly where you want it. As Juke is able to put 4 points on the board here, that only being his first scoring pass. So Denver really kind of resituating down and locking down Juke there in turn 2.
Sweet Feet dropped the hat cover, and the Concussion skaters are keeping Sweet Feet away from that hat cover. Now Mr. Testosterone can pick it up and give it back to Sweet Feet, but this is not considered a star pass. And a great hit from Juke coming through the pack. Sweet Feet trying to get on the inside. Now that star has been given back to Sweet Feet. Now if Sweet Feet wants to give it back to Mr. Testosterone for a hat pass, he's able to do so.
Sweet Feet shaking out that hit there from Tenacity. A tenacious hit, if you will.
A tenacious hit. The tenacity of these skaters. And a great spin around Thrasher and called it off from Juke. And looks like we have Sebastian Slam and Slim Skatey on the track with the star. Nobody in the box, so full packs.
Yeah, again, still a relatively low penalty game. We only have one skater with more than 2 penalties, and they only have 3. 10 overall penalties for Denver Ground Control, 14 for Concussion. As we see Sebastian Slam get out, picking up lead jammer for Concussion. That is
Beans is getting
4
that.
lead jams in a row?
Yes, yes. I believe 3 lead jams in a row. 3 lead jams.
There we go. Beautiful little bean dip there by Sebastian Slam, quickly putting 4 points on the board and re-entering the pack, while Slim Skady is still looking for some space here to complete an initial.
Yes, a nice job from Sebastian Slam, kind of going low and just right under everybody's hips, so avoiding contact almost. And another jammer panty down, but that is okay. That hat cover has been picked up.
Little elevator door action there on Sebastian Slam. Sebastian Slam able to shake it off, recovering quickly and escaping after putting 4 more points on the board.
And a nice hat pass over the head there.
Oh, but getting stuck on their own blocker as Optimus Grime quickly became the jammer of record, as that jam also quickly came to a close. So it's going to be 12 points on the board there for Concussion, bringing our score 183 Concussion, 53 Denver Ground Control. Going into jam number 7, just a little over 20 minutes left in the second half of the game.
Guys, sir, calling over Bones and be like, you were playing derby with me, sir. We're jamming.
Yeah,
you
get
are
out
wearing
here.
the star. Come here.
You're my friend now. Until that whistle blows, and we're not friends
No,
anymore.
we're not friends anymore. Nope.
And there we go, both jammers off.
Yes, looks like Bones on the outside with Tarantula, and it looks like a Demolition Man as well. But Geyser is your lead jammer. Bones still fighting their way, trying to get some offense from Thrasher at the front. Tarantula being a great offensive help here for Geyser. We will have a track cut on Bones. I believe Demolition Man was able to get that, or it was Photobomb. One of the two got the drawback. I saw that. It looks like Tarantula playing some offense. Geyser, nice whip around stand aside. Photobomb trying to slow down these Denver skaters. Keeping as many of them away from each other as possible is the best plan here.
Also lets you control a little bit of the pack there as well. Guys are quickly getting out, putting 4 points.
Yeah, the more of each team on one side, the better your opportunities. It looks like your Reaper is in the back of fighting that pack, trying to not be the point.
Not that you ever want to be the blocker in the back of the pack, but Reaper has a lot of jamming experience, pivots quite a bit. So if you, for Denver, that's exactly who you want back there, because he can most likely get out and reform the pack up front. And we saw that right before that jam was called. He was able to kind of dance around and get back up with his other blockers. On the line this time, we're going to have Rubik's Dude faced off against Sweet Feet. Concussion approaching that 200 marker here. The 16-0 jam in jam 7 as we go into jam 8. Rubik's Dude out with lead very quickly, kind of a trait that we've seen from this skater so far.
And a great over-the-head pass there for Denver. So the star has been passed to Optimus Grime. One more blocker to beat, but they have. And a call off there before any more points were scored for Denver. We've got Juke as your jammer. More Concussion.
And TBD for Denver. We'll let you know as soon as they know. I feel like we're about to see. No, I'm not going to say anything about that. So, a quick chat here about CVM Sports, premium fully sublimated roller derby apparel. That was what I was waiting for as a timeout called. Crafted by the minds behind the CVM Titan Skate Boot and Skate Pack XL. Built by athletes for athletes. Performance-driven gear and unmistakable style. CVM Sports. So that team timeout, was called by Denver Ground Control.
As I wasn't sure what they were standing in the middle for. I was like, are we going to get an official review, a team timeout? Or are they just going to 5 seconds be called and you're on the track? Because you can do that too.
Element of surprise.
Element of surprise. I always love that. I like playing mind games sometimes, though.
Absolutely.
Put 10 skaters on and take 5 off at 5 seconds. Nobody knows what's happening.
Absolutely. Now, we have one more game left on the side this evening. So what that means is right now, while this timeout is going on, you should run over to Ministry of Regret Tattoos. They're here in the foyer in Vendor Village doing flash tattoos all day long, all weekend long. Tattoos guaranteed to disappoint your family. And I'm looking right here as Malibu Zombie has one of those tattoos. I was looking at that very
Yes.
one earlier. If you don't want a tattoo, they
Tutti.
also have some awesome merch, including a shirt that says tattoos to disappoint your family. I went and bought one immediately.
Absolutely. Everything I do is to disappoint my family.
Same. It's so much more fun that way.
Slim Skady on the line. They decided from Denver that's who they're going to put on the track.
Juke still on the track here for Concussion as we move into jam number 9. Team timeout fully closed.
I think they were fine with who they had on the track.
No, we got it. Juke out with lead jammer as Slim Skady is being recycled back by Tenacity.
Demolition Man, Tenacity, and Tarantula as that 3 wall in the back with some help there. I believe that's Demolition Man doing some great offensive. No, it's Photobomb, excuse me, doing some great offensive work. I saw the 3. Nice job there from that offensive play.
Great offensive work there by Thrasher, able to peel off Tenacity from the jammer there. However, Slim Skady getting caught on other concussion blockers as the recycling is staying on point. Oh, big hit there by Mr. T on Juke. Not quite able to drive Juke out of bounds.
No, both skaters were able to stay in bounds, both showing off those great skills they've got. And coming up to that 3 wall is Juke with Reaper and Thrasher left to beat and squeezed right through them.
Slim Skady still working through this concussion defense here, looking for any space, but we will see a star pass to Mr. Testosterone, now the jammer of record for Denver Ground Control.
Yeah, so now Juke just trying to get through these last bit of skaters, and before Mr. Testosterone is able to come up and score any points. Past 2 jams, it has been Concussion's control, but everybody seems to be playing pretty clean. No penalties so far, so that's good.
Yeah, I think
Now
since
that I say that,
I
I know.
Now that you said it. But since the last
I'm-
time we talked about penalties, there haven't been any. And there's really, I think, only been 3 in this half total. So, again, we keep saying a low penalty game. That's not encouragement for you all to go get penalties. No sins allowed.
No sins.
And
Ooh.
wearing the star here for Denver, but it's going to be Sebastian Slam out with lead for Concussion. Concussion continuing their lead streak here.
Got Beans and Tommy Gunn at the front of the pack. Looks like Beans was going back for some offensive play. And looks like there has been a star pass successfully done. Optimus Prime is jamming now for Denver. But a nice call from Sebastian Slam.
This is going to be 4 points picked up there in jam number 10 for Concussion Roller Derby, bringing the score 221 Concussion, 53 Denver Ground Control. Got about 15 minutes left in this second half, moving into jam number 11. The Riot wearing the star for Concussion and Sweet Feet for Denver Ground Control. I heard that 5 seconds, so we're almost there. We go.
There we go. Yes, we were almost there. And looks like the Riot fighting a Thrasher in the back of the pack there. 2 more to beat, 3 more to beat, 1 more to beat.
Oh, but we are
Oh.
going to see a penalty assessed, a forearm call for the Riot here, giving
Yes.
lead jammer to Sweet Feet from Denver. First lead jam in a hot minute. Exactly what Denver wants to see right now, having a power jam and lead jammer.
Yes, they are going to use this as much to their advantage as possible.
One
Staying
hand
in bounds.
down. As a classic Sweet Feet move. I'm pretty sure I've seen him cartwheel on the track.
Oh, absolutely. I have seen a lot of these skaters, not just Sweet Feet, but a lot of them be able to, jump and just one hand.
Sweet
But
Feet went in front of one too many there at the end.
yes, one too many. I think one skater went back, even though the skater who had made contact went down, so they thought they were okay, but there was a skater who went back that had already had the advantage.
Riot back on the track now, having his own turn with the power jam. No lead anymore, so we're going to see a 2-minute jam. I do believe this is only our second 2-minute jam of the game.
Yeah,
Maybe
the first one.
First one was the very first jam of the first half. But I don't think we've seen one since then. We've seen some jammer penalties, but no double jammer down. Right.
Go ahead, Riot. I was just going to say Reaper just hanging back there trying to keep the pack not being split too much, but Riot, working their way through that front.
As we see Sweet Feet back on the track, looking to make his way through this tripod stuck on the shoulders of Tenacity here. and Tricksta.
See, this is the favorite part of announcing is when the derby action is right in front and we get to see Sweet
Right.
Feet and Riot just fight it out through these packs.
Bit of a tangle there of Thrasher and Riot. Riot able to recover quickly and get out of the pack, making sure that he got all 4 points there. That's going to be an 8-8 jam. So a nil jam here for Concussion Roller Derby and Denver Ground Control. Score 229-61 in favor of Concussion.
Yes, and it looks like we've got Bones and I want to say Sebastian.
Rubik's Dude.
That's Rubik's Dude.
Both jammers often in the pack here. Rubik's Dude, I would argue, being slowed down for one of the first times on an initial pass here.
Yes, I was about to say, like, Rubik's Dude is not out yet, so that is what is interesting. But Denver is really doing well recycling these jammers and giving more time to their jammers, honestly. Nope, Bones able to get by, but unfortunately picking up a track cut. I think there was one skater that they had a no pass, no impact on, but unfortunately not on the others.
It's an unfortunate situation where you were listening to your blockers on the track. I watched Optimus Grime tell him that you're good, keep going.
Yeah.
But we don't always, like as blockers, we don't always see who ran back either. So
Absolutely.
I always say be safe, even if I'm telling you. If you're not sure, you should go back. Big sweep out there from Loose Wheel, getting some offensive work for.
Yes.
Okay, no, it is still Rubik's Dude. Sorry, the screen is saying Tommy Gun. That is not correct. It is Rubik's Dude with
No,
the
it is
star
Rubik's
for
Dude.
Concussion. Bones back on the track, ending that power jam.
Bones playing some jammer blocking, and right through that did assist them on getting through the pack. Scream and Bridget with Optimus Crime are working to stop them. Oh, some more jammer defense.
Jammer
Nice.
defense there from Rubik's Dude, trying to slow down Bones. Oh, Bones nearly able to shake off that hit from Loose.
Yes, Optimus Crime hitting Rubik's Dude out to the inside, but also went out, so there was no penalty to that pass.
Both jammers kind of looking around here going, okay, all right. We still got a little time. What are we going to do here?
We've got about 10 seconds left in this jam, and we're just seeing both of these jammers just juke it out. Like, they are just wanting these points so bad.
We are going to see 4 points go on the board for Denver here, as well as 4 for Concussion. So a brutal jam for it to come out 0-0.
Yes. 'Cause that means they both got the same amount. We have Juke on the line for Concussion, and it looks like it's Nin Skady.
Concussion with a little bit of a pack advantage here, as we have a blocker in the box from Denver. So kind of best scenario for what you want, allowing a lot of your blockers to focus on defense, hoping that your jammer doesn't need your help because there's one less. As we see Juke pushing out the pack here, able to push the blockers out of play, picking up lead jammer, but Slim Skady using the distraction to get through as well. So both jammers out on scoring passes here.
Yes, and a little bit of a fast track here. It almost is a bit of a USARS now. I love USARS, so I am all for this. At a call off, we are done skating fast. And a little nod off there. 3 points on the board there for Juke. Concussion 236, Denver Ground Control 65. With
Little over 9 minutes left in the second half here, going into jam number 14, and we are going to have Rubik's Dude on the track facing off against Aunt Agony.
both teams have all of their blockers on the track, and a great hit to the inside. Lead jammer status for Sebastian Slam.
Aunt Agony was trying to get that star ready for a pass, but unfortunately lost it. But the star pass has now been completed. Optimus Grime, the jammer of record, completing an initial pass here as we see Rubik's Dude getting hit out of bounds, deciding to go ahead and call off that jam rather than risk Denver getting any more points.
And it looks like the Riot on the track with the star for Concussion. And is it Slim? No, maybe.
Yes.
Slim.
It is Slim Skady for Denver. As soon as you looked down,
He
Riot
stood-
moved down, and I was like, I can see that number from here. Riot out with lead jammer for Concussion roller derby.
Perfect. Oh, and nice job, Slim, with one less. one
beautiful
more to
spin.
beat.
Oh, there we go. Able to spin off 2 different hits there.
Yes, shaking them off like you didn't need to. Well, 2 skaters left to beat Thrasher and Mr. Testosterone, but the pack has come back up, allowing Slim to get points on the board there.
A 3-3 jam we're going to see here for Concussion and Denver Ground Control. So another nil jam. We've had, I think, 4 this half so far. Concussion sitting at 2:43, Denver at 68. 7.5 minutes left as we move into jam number 16. Looks like we are going to have Sweet Feet wearing the star for Denver and Guy Sir for Concussion. Box is clear. All blockers on the track, so no pack advantage as we move in.
I do like that these teams are confident in their jammers and such. Sometimes we'll see switch ups and such, and great job from Guy Sir just coming through. Scream says they're okay.
Quick star pass there to Optimus Grime, now the jammer of record for Denver Ground Control. Ooh, beautiful bounce around there by Guy Sir as Grime is able to get out, completing an initial pass. Both packs moving here into turn 3 and 4. Guy Sir coming in with speed.
Yes, and seeing Showtime on that inside, was able to use them as their whip and jump over. Oh, getting those points and calling it off.
Being attacked by a fly over here at the announcer's booth, but we will get that handled. 8 points on the board for Concussion in that last jam. We will have the pivot for Concussion in the box going into jam number 17. So slight pack advantage here for Aunt Agony with Denver Ground Control. Facing off against, I believe that is Juke for Concussion.
Yes, Juke trying to come on the inside behind Reaper, Thrasher, and Stand Aside, though. This pack is starting to get a little bit split. Mr. Testosterone at the front trying to play a little bit of offense there. But right now it looks like these 3 walls are holding very strong on these skaters.
Both jammers really just kind of trapped in these walls, looking for any space they can get. But Aunt Agony now driving forward into turn 2, trying to get around a Tarantula, which is not an easy task. I do not envy Aunt Agony in this moment. And we will see Juke with a juke and a jump in to get lead jammer, but we're going to hang out for a minute instead.
Yes, and we are looking at a power jam now for Juke, as there was a cut track called. Juke, instead of running to come back around, wanted to hang out and see what the pack was going to do. Sometimes as a jammer, you just need to see what's happening before you make your decision.
Absolutely.
And a great defense here from Mr. Testosterone, trying to get Juke out one last hit. Thrasher trapped in the back there.
We're seeing Concussion kind of try and split up this pack, so Juke has less to go against as he comes back into the wall. Running into Mr. Testosterone and then Stand Aside as that Denver pack cycles together, trying to hold Juke closed just as Aunt Agony hits the pack, almost able to shake off the hit there, but being recycled back, as even though Tricksta went down, Tarantula was still in play and had a superior position, so Aunt Agony had to come back.
Yes, and it looks like Concussion is being recycled back. Reaper, Thrasher, and Mr. Testosterone going to be your 3 wall in the back of the pack here. With 10 seconds left in this jam.
Juke doing what you see some teams that often do when there's not a lot of time left on the clock and you have lead and a fair control of the game, which is let's play it safe, let's play it calm. We got more to do this weekend. I don't need to go in there and risk a penalty for myself or my team.
Yes, sometimes the safer option is to play back. It can look a little, cocky, petty, but you're actually playing really smart and
safe too.
Yeah.
Like, as hard as this game is, it is absolutely okay. Take that moment to breathe, especially if it's not going to affect you in a negative way. In this jam, we have that is Sebastian Slam facing off against Peter Pants, and it will be Sebastian Slam out very quickly there with lead jammer. Peter Pants still looking for some space here, dancing around these blockers, almost out. Beautiful defensive work there from Optimus Grime, keeping, I believe that's Tommy Gunn, from being able to run up and sweep out Peter Pants.
Yes, and calling it off after being knocked out to the outside, making sure no points on the board for Denver in that game. Well, looking at 3 minutes left in the second half of this Denver Concussion game.
Concussion with nearly a 200-point lead as we go into jam number 18. Or excuse me, jam number 19. We were just on jam number 18.
You know, it's funny, the first half I did that. I was like, oh, it's jam 18. It's jam 19. Yep.
Bones wearing the star here for Denver against Rubik's Dude for Concussion Roller Derby. Both jammers slamming into that pack and pushing it forward very quickly to get some space. Lead was assessed to Rubik's Dude.
Listening to the audience, Rubik's Dude goes back onto the track.
Definitely taking a moment to go, okay, I got hit out. Did the person that hit me out also go out?
And
Am I safe to keep going?
Well, and then I think they saw that the initiator of the contact did go out, but the rest of the team might not have.
Yep.
So they wanted to make sure.
Absolutely.
Now, Mr. Testosterone has the jammer panty hat cover, is trying their best to fight through this very strong wall.
And as that was happening, there was a one-legged, it was like almost a shoot the duck situation as they were coming through on one leg, the other leg out.
And it was like under Thrasher, right? Like I think I caught it in the corner of my eye, because now we have all of this derby action happening right here in front of us, which is great. Mr. Testosterone with the hat on their head.
We are going to lose Demolition Man to the box here for an out-of-play hit, so there was a no-pack call, and contact still happened. Therefore, got to go sit for a 30-second timeout. And we are going to have 2 blockers from Concussion in the box going into jam number 20, which will potentially be the last jam of the game. Still, anything could happen. It could be 2 more jams.
Yes, and we just saw Sebastian slam. That call-off was because Mr. Testosterone was right behind them approaching the back, so it was more of a points call-off protection there.
All right, on the line with 5 seconds left, we have Sweet Feet wearing the star for Denver facing off against Sebastian Slam. Both jammers looking for space on the inside line. It was a very follow the leader type of moment, but it will be Sweet Feet out first with lead jammer for Denver.
That is the first time in probably 3 jams that Denver has gotten lead. So they are on a scoring pass right now, looking for all the offensive help that they can possibly get from any team. Then Concussion can give offense to Sweet Feet. It's okay.
Sometimes we accidentally do offense for the wrong jammer. I've definitely never done that in my life.
I've never opened a giant hole for a jammer before.
All right, so we have a few seconds left. It is possible that we'll have one more jam. Not quite.
Is your business's branding holding you back? Whether you need an updated logo, a user-friendly website, or standout print materials, Jamie K Creative can help you bring your brand to life. For projects, pricing, and more, visit Jamie K Creative.
Hydrated. Great skater back run and turning to their bench. We love to see it on all 8 wheels.
Again, big shout out to Sideline Orthopedics and our other volunteer medics here this weekend, keeping us safe and accountable for our safety as well.
Yes. As an announcer, I also need to be safe. I believe this might be, we're going to be going into our last jam of this game.
Absolutely. So it's going to be 21 jams, unless something crazy happens, and somehow we have 22. But going into this game, we have Concussion, or going into the potentially last jam of this game, we have Concussion at 275, Denver Ground Control at 72. Jammers for this will be Slim Skady for Denver and Guy Sir for Concussion Roller Derby. Small pack advantage for Concussion as we have a blocker in the box.
Concussion, Tarantula not wanting, I thought the whole team was going to go with them, so that's why I said Concussion first. But Tarantula standing up to the front of the pack, just kind of making sure, kind of cap that Denver team there.
Seems like we're having. Never. So
Five.
that was a rolling whistle. That is, it says unofficial score, but I believe that is also the final score. Not sure what happened there. I think they realized there wasn't quite enough time. It's got to be that full 30 seconds. And no actual team timeout was called. So unofficial slash. Also, if you're a fan, please wait until the officials leave.
Folks,
please
come off
step
the
back,
site.
step back.
Please
Once
step
our
back.
wonderful friends in the all black t-shirts and the stripes leave the track, you may line up for high fives, but not until then. I'm fairly certain I heard that rolling whistle, so I'm going to go ahead and call official score. Concussion Roller Derby 275, Denver Ground Control 72. Waiting for beautiful official friends to get off the track. And now you may
Yes, as
take
your
the
official.
track to give high fives as the skaters come through. Congratulations to Concussion Roller Derby. That's going to be the end of this game. I'm Huckleberry Jen.
I'm Malibu Zombie. Thank you so much for being here.
Is your business's branding holding you back? Whether you need an updated logo, a user-friendly website, or standout print materials, Jamie K Creative can help you bring your brand to life. For projects, pricing, and more, visit jamiekcreative.com.